First house represents you. Second house represents your family. It represents what you like to eat. It represents your speech, the way your voice sounds. Third house is your siblings. It's your neighbors. It's your friends. It's your wrist, your ears, your eyes. And it's also the way you communicate, the way you use your voice. And it's also very specific to the right side of the body. So right eye, right ear. Then the fourth house is your mother, your home, the home you grew up in, your homeland where you were born. Then you have the fifth house, which represents your spine, your stomach, children, romance. Then you have the sixth house, which represents your intestines. It represents enemies, obstacles. It represents illnesses and diseases and debt. Then you have the seventh house, which represents marriage, relate partnerships, import, export. Then you have the eighth house, which represents unexpected events, sudden ups and downs, surgery, transformation, rebirth. Then you have the ninth house, which represents luck. Like fifth house, which represents academics and school. The ninth house would represent things like university, college, or higher knowledge. Knowledge that you can only get by going on a pilgrimage or going overseas, having a teacher, guru, or a guide, or a mentor. It also represents your father. Then the 10th house represents the jungle. It's your duty, the things that you're here to perform in society, which is why we call it the house of career. Although there are many other ways that we determine to see how and what career you should be doing, the 10th house is that main house we look at to see the basic of what karma you're here to fulfill, what karma you have here to do. It's considered the karma house. Then we have the 11th house, which is represented by Aquarius, and if you remembered in the order of which each house is being represented and the order of the zodiac signs, you would know that the 11th house is Aquarius, and that is the house of gains. It's the gains that you get from the karma and the things that you do as work. So the gains you get from it, all your wishes, dreams, and desires that you try to achieve from 10th house karma and duties that you're fulfilling. And it's also social networking, large organizations. And unlike the 6th house, that's the house of pets, the 11th house is wild animals, big animals, endangered animals. Then we have the 12th house, the house of bed pleasures, the house of dreams. Dreams meaning when you sleep and you're dreaming. It's even a house of premonition, space, otherworldly things, meditation, yoga. But it's also the house of isolation, where you can find yourself isolated. So it also represents things like not only the bedroom where there's bed pleasures, but jail, ashrams, asylums, hospitals,